What's up, y'all? A little bit of a different view today. As you can tell, we are in the shop, and I opened today. The whole little sequence that you saw at the beginning of the video was just, my little opening routine, turning on the lights and stuff like that. So this is the place. Let me see if I can turn y'all around and just give y'all like a little bit of a view, man. It's really nice. This is our heat case with all of like our more expensive pairs. Yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna be. So this isn't gonna be like. Sorry, I just turned on the camera and I'm like trying to think of how this video is gonna go. But I think it's just gonna be more of me talking whenever I get downtime. I don't know if I'm gonna quite film myself checking out customers or doing like negotiations quite yet. That will definitely be, I guess, later. Right now, I'm probably just gonna be just talking to myself, talking to y'all. Probably just going throughout my day here at the shop and trying to show y'all a little bit more of what goes on. And yeah, probably not gonna do any like customer negotiations, but if I happen to get someone that's like funny or something, I'll turn on the camera. So, but I kind of want to do a little bit of a fit check real fast. I'm gonna have to stand like all the way back. But for the top, I got this vintage, believe 80s Ramones tee. Got some black. I think the brand it's literally called like Fashion. I think got it from Instagram. And then for the boots, man, I actually got these off of Depop, bro. Depop is definitely the go. I've definitely been. You can literally ask my girlfriend, man. I've been scrolling on Depop nonstop, trying to find some cool stuff, and these boots are definitely like probably the coolest thing that I've purchased from there so far. But to continue, I got this. I call it my cavity wallet chain. I don't know if you can really see it. Let me get a little bit closer, but you can see it's like little silver teeth, which is actually pretty fire. It's actually from the same brand that I got my pants from. And then for my rings, I don't know if you can quite see that. Got little spoon rings. This one's actually a spoon ring right here on my thumb. And then this one is actually a Tame Impala ring. Both of them I've had for several years now, but I'm starting to utilize them more. The more that I wear accessories. So actually, let me show y'all again. It's actually pretty fire. I'm not even gonna lie. And then my thumb ring, and then for on the neck, just got a little owl and a cross. And then for the frames, got Warby Parker frames from around here in South Lake. But yeah, that's just a quick little intro. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. Depending on how much content I want to give you guys. I think, because I don't quite feel comfortable filming with people in the store. Like I said, if something funny happens, I'll flip the camera on. But other than that, I'll try to give y'all, a little bit more of a detailed look of what goes on in this job. Also known as the job that I really like at the moment. So I think it would be so awkward if I'm like just recording and someone just like walks in. It is actually hot, so I am going to turn up the AC a little bit. But if anything happens, I'll record it. But here in a little bit, I will give y'all more of a oh my god, stutter. Here in a bit, I'll give y'all just a little bit more of a detailed look in the shop. So let me go turn up the AC real quick and I'll get right back to you. All right, so first stop, this is our heat case. So a lot of the stuff that goes in here are just gonna be, I guess, the more expensive pairs. I guess starting off, let's see which side am I on. This, as you can tell, there's a lot more Travis's on this side. I remember when these first came out, bro. I wanted a pair of these so bad. These must be like new to the shop because when I was here, they weren't in the case. But Honestly look brand new if I'm being honest, or if not like very, 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 very near dead stock. I had a pair of these, bro. And let me tell you, the amount of crap that I got for having these on my feet, it was like I was getting dang near crucified, bro. Like, dude, this is wild. It's wild. Like, don't get me wrong. Looks like a tire with like sock liner on it. But bro, whenever they first released these, dude, people were going insane. People were going insane for them, bro. I couldn't even tell you. And the next stop, we have this is more of a bit of everything. As you can tell in this bottom row, we got a lot of our Ama Manier Jordans. And then we got some Off-Whites, another Ama, and then a Tiffany Air Force. This goes for bread. It's really nice, if I'm being honest. You got like the suede upper, and then you got the little swoosh right there. Oh my god, and then how could I forget the Off-White Air Force? This is also another really clean pair. This one is actually a funny story because the owner was telling me that there was a guy that bought this shoe in, and you know, like, mind you, it doesn't look like absolutely terrible. There are definitely a bunch of other pairs like this one that are like way worse. Apparently someone had bought that in, and he thought that it was fake or something, or no, he didn't think that it was fake, but let me cut to the chase. He offered $150 for those, and they were, let me see, I think it might be the other pair is a little bit more messed up because you can see like the back heel right there. Like, it's nothing terrible, but I guess the guy thought like it would shoot down the value like drastically, and he definitely could have gotten a couple $100 in his pocket. Next, we have more of our SB Dunks. Let's see. We got the Dooms. These are definitely a very unique pair of Dunks. This was in collab with the artist MF Doom. Really clean pair. We had a size 13 in here. I don't know if we sold it or not. I think we might have. And then we had a Stussy SBs. I really wanted to show those off, but I guess we don't have them anymore. Let's see. I guess we can move on to the next section. This is my favorite section because not only do we have Shaquille O'Neal's actually game-worn sneakers for display, we also have original Jordans from 1985 as well. Like, these are like, where else, dude? Like, this is actually like insane. And it, like, these pairs you can still wear. You can still wear the shoes that are at least like these ones, these three, you can still wear them. They're totally wearable. But bro, look at this, dude. Like, bro, are you like, that's crazy. This thing is huge. Look at that. This thing is ginormous. Because I was also telling my manager, I was like, because there have been some rumors that, you know, Shaq was going to move to DFW. And I'd be like, and I was like, how cool would it be if we could get Shaq in here and like sign or hold his own shoe that he wore one time. Down here we got some Cause figures. We have also like a little spinning shoe display, and then some more stuff down there. But then we also have some vintage Cowboys hats. That's really it. There was a point in time where I really wanted a Cause figurine. But nowadays, people just, sorry, let me move y'all up just a bit. Nowadays, people charge out the butt for them. So now it's really not worth getting a figure. This is going to be all of our clothing from the beginning is going to be our vintage. And then towards the very ends, we got our soccer tees on top, and then more of like the streetwear hype stuff on the bottom. Guys, let me know if this is cool or not. I was definitely considering buying this. It's a Led Zeppelin tee. Beautiful fade. And like the graphic is pretty sick. I was thinking about buying it. And then I'm also thinking about making a video. This one's gonna be more short form, because what I'm thinking about doing is just a series on replacing all of my tees with like vintage tees. As of recently, I've been getting into vintage and, scrolling on Depop and looking for some tees to buy, and really just wanting to replace all of my t-shirts really with just vintage tees. So, because that video idea is going to be more short form. Like I said, it's going to be a series. Show off what I get, show off the ones that I have already. I think that's it. I lost my train of thought, but I guess I could show y'all this side, and then this side of the store, we have all of our shoes. I'll try and get some B-roll of things, so our shirts and stuff, and then our shoes, so I can get some more detailed shots. But yeah, this is gonna be all of our actual sneakers. Ranges from Yeezys to Jordans to Nike. This has been the most stock that our shelves have been in a minute. Step back a little bit so you can kind of see it. Yeah, dude. That's really it. I don't know if y'all can see up here, but these are actually shoes that obviously can't be worn, but were donated to us, and just for decoration. People have asked if they're for sale, and they'll be joking y'all aren't actually selling those, are y'all? And they're no, they're just for decoration. People donated them to us. So, but I think that's it. Oh, and if you're balling on a budget, dude, look at this. It's kind of small, but we got our 100 and under section. So if you're ever balling on a budget, don't want to break the bank too much, come shop in our little 100 and under section. But like I said, this place I really do enjoy, working at. It's really fun. I just saw people walking by. That actually kind of scared me. And there's another one. Hopefully they don't come in while I'm recording. But yeah, dude, I really enjoy working at this place. It's only been a couple months, but one thing that I would like to try to get out of this is just to get my foot in the sneaker realm, because there's a lot of connections in the sneaker verse. It's a well knitted community of people. It can be very wishy-washy, because the sneaker community now gets a bad rep for tons of things, but ultimately it's a close knitted group of people that all have share the same love, and that's sneakers. I'm glad that I can be a part of that community, and I'm also wanting to try my best to make it a little bit better, by just being, I guess, more of a friendly face, I guess, because I don't know if you've ever gone to a sneaker shop or seen people, they'll be doing the negotiating, and you're what are you asking for, bro? Sorry, bro, we can only do this and this, and they'll try and lowball, and they'll have this almost stoic demeanor, when really it shouldn't be about that. You should obviously, the store's got to eat too. These owners do have, rent to pay, to keep the lights on and stuff, but, you know, ultimately it should be about the people. And trying to get as much people to share the same interest. But yeah, I mean that's ultimately that's my goal, just to be a more of a friendly face to these people that are already in this sneaker world, and to the people that are wanting to be a part of this really great community. So that's just my little spiel. Like I said, I will. What time is it actually? It hasn't even been an hour into opening yet. So, and I've been recording for, oh my God, this section for about like 13 minutes. So, who knows? This might be a long one. But like I said, if anything comes up, I'll let y'all know. But if nothing comes up and you see me cutting to me being in my room, that's me wrapping it up. But like I said, I'll try not to record when people are in here. But yeah, I don't know how to end that. Y'all listen to this, man. Nice cold Red Bull always hits. Honestly, I actually need to dial back my caffeine intake, because I have caffeine just about every single day. And if I'm being like so transparent with y'all, I think I might have like something with my heart. If I'm being like totally honest, I think it's like I don't know, my heart sometimes skips a beat a little bit, and not in the good way. I will say, y'all, on the days that it's not as busy, this is me like 80 to 85% of the time, man. Not that it's not for everyone, but dude, if this is what you want to do for majority of your time, sometimes on the slow days, working in a sneaker shop is not really for everyone. Especially if you like doing stuff, like around the clock. But one thing that I did forget to mention is that it is tax-free weekend on Saturday. So it should be one of the busier days out of the three. And it is still around. Sorry, what I was gonna say was it is around lunchtime, so people are gonna be going to lunch. And luckily, with the location that we're in, we're surrounded by restaurants, so we do get a little bit of that foot traffic. There's a restaurant. It's a pretty more, I guess, kind of a popular restaurant, and so people that are waiting, they'll see this store, and so they'll come in, and sometimes I'll ask them like if they're looking for anything particular, and then they'll say no, just waiting to get a seat at our table. So it's good that we have a little bit of that foot traffic. But yeah, dude, this is it. Majority of the time, me just sitting waiting for people to come in. But on the days that it does get busy, it gets popping in here sometimes. So, but I really don't know how to end like these little segments, because that was the end of what I was gonna say. But like I said, if anything happens, I'll let y'all know. All right, what's good, y'all? So I was just about to record another segment, but we actually got a tiny. Oh my God, I cannot speak. We had actually gotten a tiny bit of a rush. So these people actually, like, it was a mom and her son. They actually cashed out, I won't even lie. But something that I kind of wanted to point out, and this is regarding my point in I guess being more of a friendlier face in like this whole sneaker community thing. So it was the kid. He was wanting to try on a pair of just like Carhartt, like vintage Carhartt, like double knee pants, and he asked to go try them on. I was like, yeah, sure. Fitting room's over there. And so he came out, and his mom was like standing right there because the mom, I guess, was trying to like convince him to, just try something else because he wore skinny jeans and like graphic tees or whatever. So he was kind of branching out, and the mom was trying to convince him, and he came out, and he was still unsure, and I genuinely thought they were a nice pair of pants and they looked good on him. And so I told him, I was like, they actually, they don't look bad, they suit you well. And, he was having issues, or he's always had issues like trying to find his size in jeans. And, that was the size that we had for him. And, I just basically like, encouraged him, to branch out of his, branch out in terms of, I guess, like clothing. And so I think like, whenever you are more of a friendlier face, and of course I want to make the sale, the more that they bought, the better. And so by like encouraging, and being authentic, it helped out because even when they were checking out, I was like, so do you like the pants? He was like, yeah, man, I was just been trying to branch out and like experiment. And I was like, yeah, dude, I mean, they're like a really nice pair of pants. And he bought the pants, he bought a tee, he bought a hoodie, and 2 pairs of shoes. And so they actually like cashed out. And for us, that's a really good sell, really good start to the morning. No, really good start to the afternoon. It's 10 till 1. It's moments like those where it doesn't really take a lot. I'm sitting here now, but whenever people come in, I try to make sure to stand up and greet them, ask them like what they're looking for, if they're looking for anything particular, if and try to be more. Sorry, I'm actually gonna turn this music down a significant amount, but try to be like more attentive than what I guess a regular sneaker resale employee would be. And it's really all that it takes. A lot of, because in my opinion, this is just like a theory of mine, like a lot of people that come in, probably like 70 to 80% like impulse buys, if I'm being like so like for real. Because unless you do like a bunch of research on a specific shoe that you want, or whatever, a lot of people just come in, see stuff that they like, there's something that catches their eye, and now that I know that they have interest, it's my job to try to tend more to that. And if we have it in their size, try to at least have them try it on. And whatever that may look like, to try and get the sale. And because like I said, at the end of the day, we got to keep the lights on somehow. But that was a really good sell. It was a really good start to the morning. Like I said, I wasn't gonna record it or anything like that because I'm not quite there yet. But if anything else happens, I'll be sure to let y'all know. What's up, y'all? So it's about 2:30. I either have about 30 minutes left here at the store, or hour and a half of my coworkers at an event buying stuff for the store. But speaking of that, this year, so there's this thing that's happening right now. It's called SwapCon, and it's probably like one of my favorite events to go to, because it has like all sorts of stuff, dude, like vintage accessories, shoes, all types of stuff. And it's just like a big old like, I guess, like convention of just people selling different things, and it's really one of my favorite places to go to and to spend my money. But this year, or I guess today, I'm here at the shop, so I'm not, quite able to go. And I will say, today I did get a little bit of FOMO, because I've just been seeing like videos and stuff about, the people that are there. Like, I think this year there's a lot of like Pokemon vendors, people selling cards and stuff. Yeah, I mean, as we're winding down, the last, like I said, 30 minutes or hour and a half, I guess overall people have been coming in, people have been buying, trying to get some sales. I haven't bought any stuff for the store yet, because, people aren't biting, so they're probably gonna see what else they can do and get the money that they want for their sneakers. But it's a tough market right now for shoes. A lot of things are selling lower than what people think. So whenever it's being sold for an already low price, we have to buy it lower. So I just think that's one thing that a lot of people don't quite realize. But like I said, if anything else happens, I'll definitely let y'all know. All right, so as I'm legit winding down to the last 30 minutes of my shift. Sorry, I'm trying to turn this music down, but I just wanted to give y'all a bit of just like a final, I guess, overall summary of the day. Buyouts wasn't a lot. These three are what I bought, at least. But it's only 4 o'clock, and we're here for another 4 hours. So people will definitely be popping in and out, buying stuff, selling stuff. So just to go over, the buyouts. Got a pair of Dunks. I'm not even gonna lie, I thought these were fake. This guy came in and he didn't have any, or it was actually both of these. He came in with both of these and he didn't have a box for either of them, but they're used, but they look fairly new. I mean, he wore like crease protectors and stuff, but like even then, you can't even really and then this one has like worse, but even then you can't really. They're used, but they look really new. But yeah, these I thought they were fake, just cause I don't even know, dude. He set them down, and they looked like I just got a weird vibe from them. They feel plasticky. I can't do it right now, but actually, let me see. Oh, I am so sorry. But they bend kind of easily. I don't know. I just got a really weird vibe from him, but apparently they're real. He showed me the receipt and everything. So, that's probably just Nike quality, I guess. And then these I wasn't tripping about. Really nice, size 13. Almost like very near dead stock if we could just clean up the bottoms. Then this one just happened probably 15 minutes ago. Size 11, white cement 4s. These are brand new. So, but yeah, it was just these three ever since I opened. We had some people come in. I think I mentioned this earlier, to buy or to get cashed out, but they weren't really biting for the offers that I was giving them. So. But and overall sales too, easily over 2,000 in sales. We also do have online, so that helps us out a lot. I've been seeing some people buying or giving us some online orders. So if we didn't have online, honestly, we'd probably be really screwed, barely scraping by. But because we do have online and we're able to ship, nationally. That helps us out with sales a lot. But like I said, it's almost 4 o'clock, winding down towards the end of my shift. So if nothing else happens, I will wrap it up. But yeah, see y'all here in a second. All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for. Sorry, I'm out of frame, but that's gonna do it for the first, I guess, full day at the shop episode. I guess it wasn't really too much. It was just the introduction to all the stuff that we have here, and all the I guess how I open, and I don't know, I'm trying to think of something else, but I can't. But if I decide to record some more, I'll definitely take that into consideration. Like I said, not quite gonna film like negotiations and stuff right out the gate. Like record other customers and stuff like that. Only when I get more comfortable with that. But that will definitely be out in the future. So if I decide to, sorry, someone was walking to the door and I got a little bit scared. But if I decide to do that, that will definitely come out in the future. It'll be more in depth and stuff like that. But New Mexico video will come out. If I'm being honest, I filmed this before I even started making a video for New Mexico. I have images and videos and stuff like that from there, but I haven't sat down and quite made a video for it yet. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing just a small I guess day in the life. But like I said, more to come in the future. But it's been good. I guess like and subscribe. So and let me know if y'all let me know if y'all if y'all like stuff like this. It's definitely better than being in my room. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. See y'all soon.